Here with Paul Sykes, co-owner of Cardinal couple. How's the women's basketball season looking this year?
Well, we're looking pretty good right now, Shannon. Everybody's on campus. Everybody is going through individual training right now. And Wallace is very excited about what he's got. A lot more depth than we saw last year. You know, last year we were down to so many numbers where we only had 6 or 7 players that dressed out. He's got a complement right now of 15 people that are ready to dress up and play. All the freshmen are clear. They're eligible to go. And one of the most important things is that they've got a really good insight right now on Sarah out of Rockcastle County, Sarah Hammond.
Right. She's phenomenal, isn't she?
Right between UConn and U of L, right down to the wire. And Wallace talked to me the other day and said that she's U of L.
So the running's between Gino and Jeff. Do you think we'll beat out Gino, perhaps, maybe?
Well, you know, Jeff's a lot younger than Gino, so I'm going to give him credit for that on time frame. But Gino's been up there for 25 years. He's done a hell of a job up there with the UConn program. The thing we're looking at right now is Wallace starting the program. He's into his 4th year right now. If we can keep him for a few more years, yes, it's going to be pretty incredible what he's going to do here, because it's not only in the Louisville area, it's not only in the Kentucky area, but nationwide. Everybody's looking at Louisville basketball right now as a viable candidate to play basketball at.
Shoni Schimmel.
She's a very, very good recruit that came in from Oregon. Her little sister might even be better, and we've got a line on her too. So we could have 2 Schimmels down there for the next 3 or 4 years.
McCautry and the Dream falling to the Storm. Were they just overpowered by the Storm, or?
Well, when you take a look at the season record, you know, Seattle Storm obviously had the best record in the year. Angel went there and did what she could do, and the fact that they made it out of the Eastern Conference playoffs, beating 2 teams that were ranked higher than them. Angel did what she could do. Unfortunately, when you put football players like Lauren Jackson, Sue Bird, and the rest of the Seattle Storm, a little bit more than they could overcome. But if Marydale Mathers can keep this team together next year in the WNBA, look out for them.
Soccer 7-0.
An incredible turnaround. You'd look at the soccer team last year, you know, they were under 500, but they never gave up. They brought in some good recruits, and they've come out and beat some very, very good teams this year. The way I see the soccer team this year, if they can go at least 500 in the Big East, and Big East women's soccer is the best soccer conference in the nation. If they can do that, they're in the NCAA. They have one of the best goalkeepers in the nation in Taylor Vansell.
Pam Buston in the field hockey ladies.
You got to love Pam's spirit. I mean, Pam is one of the most optimistic people I've ever seen about her team. They're playing. You got to consider the first 7 games this year they played were against top 20 opponents, and they haven't even started Big East yet.
Wow.
They were playing schools at a conference that are ranked 3, 4, 7, 9. Yeah, Pam is ambitious, and she's got a very good soccer, very, very good field hockey team this year.
So a tough road to hoe for the field hockey team this year. And
Denny Crum used to say years ago, you got to play the best to be the best. Pam Buston's right on that philosophy.
Exactly. A little volleyball update, ain't it?
Kind of a tough start for the Volley Cards. They're very young this year, Shannon. One of the things that they're doing right now is they're trying to go with the youth movement. They're playing a lot of freshmen. They're playing a lot of sophomores. You know, Yellen is not a kind of guy who's going to give anything away, but I'd be very surprised 2 years from now if they're not the top 5 in the country.
Yeah, but golf.
Women's golf is doing very well right now. They won a tournament early in the season. The golf really doesn't start until the 2nd semester, but they went out and played in a very prestigious tournament out on the West Coast. They came in 5th. And, you know, Carrie Myers right now is really excited about what she's got on campus right now, because these girls can consistently score in the low to mid-70s. And when they get into the Big East, I think they're going to do very well.
Cross country.
Well, cross country's only got 1 meet out right now. And unfortunately, They won the individual title. They beat 5 schools in Evansville down there in their first meet, but the girl who won the meet down there is up with a hamstring. We don't know if she's going to be back or not.
Sounds awesome. Getting back to women's basketball, this recruiting class coming up, how is Walls doing so far, minus Hammond?
Well, there's some very, very good talent lined up to come in right now. There's a 6'6" girl who plays center down in Georgia, right outside of Atlanta, who's committed to Louisville. She's coming in. You got to compare a girl like this to the girl down at Baylor right now, who's like 6'7" and blocks everything that comes into the paint. Also, a lot of in-school girls are looking at Louisville right now. Walls only has 2 scholarships open for 211, so he's got to be pretty selective on what he brings in. Of course, you're going to have attrition. You're going to have maybe 1 or 2 girls leave, dissatisfied with playing time, and that's been the scenario since Walls has been at the coach. Walls puts out there who he thinks is going to play the best for Louisville. Those are the girls that play the best in practice. That's the way it works.
We have a new graduate assistant.
Yeah, very, very nice hire out of Vanderbilt. Liz is incredible. She was originally a UConn recruit, played a year for Gino, decided that she didn't want to play up in UConn, transferred to Vanderbilt, spent 3 very good years there in Merrill Lee Balcom at Vanderbilt, and then what she did is she played overseas for a couple of years. She wanted to get into college coaching. Walls hold her up, and she's 6'4". She's a ball player. She'll teach the U of L guys and U of L girls in the paint what you need to do to compete.
Right. Well, thank you, Paul. Paul Sykes, co-owner of Cardinal Couple.
Very nice to talk with you, Shannon, and go Cards as always, babe.
Thank you.
We're there.